On the 17th, I paid a visit to militant Caligula's detainment complex tonight. It's hard for some to get in touch with him given his strict work schedule, but it's not as if he's at all immune to my charm. Far from it, in fact. He's remarkably and pathetically susceptible. He hungers for companionship like most need food or air. Throw a little bait out, you'll have him hook, line, and sinker. Ugh, she's got me making fish puns now. Looking back, I made a few aquatic references in my conversation with Caligula. I sincerely hope he thought nothing of it. Normally, he will take a polite, gritted fangs greeting as an invitation to slide over and reach an arm around your shoulder. He's insufferable and damn infamous for it. But, and this is a big but, it means he's easy to make an asset out of. There's a rich man who will jump for chump change. It's not as if it's hard to guess how to appeal to him. He's in charge of Her Highness's protection facility for warm hues. He's in charge of low bloods deemed too dangerous to care for themselves. That's a recipe for one hell of a superiority complex if I've ever heard of it. Total control freak, that one. I've seen it with my own 8 eyes. The second I walked into his complex, I was met with one of the most agonizing telepathic choruses I've ever heard. It's as if I'd become a prophet of doom for a night. My digestion sac may have churned if I were anything less than a professional. I'd have expected defiant low-bloods to harden themselves when coddled so excessively, put up a barrier to protect their dignity. These trolls, however, broken. I could read their lives clear as the searing sun. Every underhanded tactic the man's performed on them, every ignored detainment law, every shattered dream of escape. The man's thorough. Of course, Her Highness doesn't know a thing about this. As far as she's aware, it's all moonshine and rainbows in here. I wonder what she'd do if she found out about the conditions within these walls. I'm finding myself sidetracked. Perhaps Caligula is simply so uncharismatic I'd rather discuss his torture chamber than him. Unfortunately, I'm not as privy to his thoughts as I am the numerous trolls protected here on account of his sea-dwelling blood. Even if I were, I wouldn't be able to hear hide nor hair with the racket around here. So, equally unfortunately, his words will have to do. I asked him about the obscure the minute he invited me in. The sooner conversation ended, the better, I thought. He had no clue who I was talking about, which was not great to say the least. A short conversation, sure, but he's the one contact I have who wouldn't bite me in the ass down the line about this. Any other sensible adult would have shown me the door to avoid the legal shitstorm that even talking about him would bring. It's why I had to ask someone who gave no fucks about the danger of saying a person's name. It's a good thing he's got some contacts of his own, or tonight would have been the biggest waste of time spent on the biggest waste of hope. Getting an audience at the Grand High Blood myself would have been laughable, but hello, Finface claims he owes him a favor? See? Asset. Of course, I've yet to see if he can live up to his grandiose claims, or if he's simply attempting to seem impressive in hopes of a paling session. Time will tell. And if not, we'll see if his severed head will make any more boastful claims. Dear, if you're reading this, I apologize profusely for my last sentiment. I know you sorely struggle with such graphic imagery. However, stop reading my journal. Kisses.
Oh my god.
I have 2 nights to travel to the High Chucklebuck... Chucklefuck? Sure.
Chucklebuck.
To the High Chucklebuck Church for his audience. A trivial matter, assuming I can borrow one of dearest shuttlefish pods. Which I certainly will. Crap, I'm going to have to think of some jokes, aren't I? End of entry.
Nice. Me sitting over here, Emperor content. Oh.
Yeah.
I can smell a hope player from a mile away.